All right, folks, it's the final day of May 31st, 2023. XRP breaking away as we prepare to conclude this case. You guys check it out. This is going to be a quick update just on XRP Ripple in the crypto news. We see the XRP has been pumping back above 50 cents. Absolutely love to see it. Feels right. Feels good. Seeing it above 50 cents once again. Cooled back off after yesterday, touching up here at 53 cents. Coming back down, and we are chilling at 51 cents, 7 o'clock on the West Coast as we conclude the month of May and we get ready for June. And folks, it is coming. This is amazing to see. We see a deviation there for XRP, the first breakaway in 9 months from blockchain backer. Let's take a look at his chart. Also exceeding above wave 4. The thing that smells a little funny is that the rest of the market is not playing along. The altcoin market cap, which XRP is included in, has been down these 2 days. It's odd. Let's take a look here at BC's chart. So he had a fractal here that he was watching, and we did extend above wave 4. Okay. And then we have deviated away from where this thing was going to take us. This thing was set to take us back down to the 30 cent area, maybe even lower if we followed along with this fractal. But we have a clear breakaway, clear deviation. Does this mean that the case is over? Are we getting ready for the pump? Price before law. Folks, it is happening. I mean, something's going on here, because we've now had the second and third largest address activity spikes of all time these past 2 days. A mild 4% decoupling has emerged between XRP and the altcoin pack. And if history repeats itself from the March 18th activity spike, it could be more. Now, in its history, and blockchain backer will point this out, many people understand this, XRP's never pumped on its own without an alt season taking place. Obviously, we are in a different reality, though. With this Ripple versus SEC lawsuit, this is a completely different case. Now, before I get into the Ripple versus SEC news and update, I wanted to show you guys this. We had a settlement reached here. SEC settles with Coinbase bros guilty of front-running asset listings. The settlement conveniently lets the SEC avoid yet again the legal issue of whether the assets are securities. So the SEC is settled up here with the guy that was front-running. I forget his name. Front-running Coinbase trades. And Fred Rispoli says this: if they send Nick Hill to one of those prisons that have been removing the tennis courts and replacing them with pickleball courts, well, if it was me, I would flip the bleep out. 100%. It's completely ridiculous what we're seeing from the SEC, from our government. And then we get this news from Ashley Prosper that, unsurprisingly, the SEC Freedom of Information Act office has once again delayed production of the SEC JP Morgan emails about Ripple and or XRP. See their latest response below. Enough is enough. It's time to move it to the courts. I recall a number of people wishing to contribute if it ever got this far. If you are still interested in doing so, just reply to this tweet with a yes, thumbs up, check mark. If enough people wish to help, I will set up a GoFundMe. All funds will be used for lawyers and nothing else. Any unused funds would either be refunded or donated to a charity of the community's choosing. The lawyer I have selected is Daniel Stoddard from the FOIA Advocates. He has extensive knowledge in pursuing FOIA requests to the government. One way or another, I'm getting those emails. So a huge shout out to Ashley Prosper for fighting the good fight, trying to get the information, Freedom of Information Act. They need to give it up. You know, enough is enough. And this is why we started the conversations, well over a year ago, about what are the damages and how do we move against this? Because it's much more than just the XRP lawsuit. The corruption at the highest level needs to be called out and people need to be held accountable. Some of the acts, some of the crimes, and some of the corruption is not just losing your job. It's we need to try you in a U.S. court of law. And we have very clear rules and laws on the books to try you against. Now, you guys understand that, and that's what we've been exposing in the XRP Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. Now, so we talked about it over the weekend. Is this case over? We see, Brad Garlinghouse likes digital asset investors tweet, dimes to donuts, this case is over. Medico drops the picture. Was the picture real? Was it fake? I put out a poll. I actually didn't check to see what the results of that poll were. I put out a poll and I asked, is the NASDAQ picture real or is it fake? Let's see if I can find it real quick. I've been putting out a lot of tweets. Okay, here it is. Was the NASDAQ picture real? I put out that poll here. 62% say yes, 37% say no. Michael Branch says, according to Working Money Channel, Medico posted it. And what we have here is further confirmation. Ripple liked the news on LinkedIn. I'd say this is legit, and the lawsuit is done as dinner. Now, Ripple liking this on LinkedIn, that's not something they would do if they thought this picture was fake, is it? Right? Ripple's a company that's on the up and up with everything. They're making sure everything's by the book. I think that they wouldn't do something like this unless this picture was real. Now, many people are arguing the significance of this. Did they pay their way to get this ad? Obviously, that's what the NASDAQ does with this board, is people can pay to advertise there or get placed there. What we have to understand, though, is the fact that Brad Garlinghouse liked that tweet. Dimes to donuts, this case is over. And Ripple liked this tweet, right? Shows me that there's something going on here. There is something definitely brewing. Now, Ashley Prosper says this: just 2 days remain from my Ripple case ends watch dates. Okay, folks, so mark it on your calendar. These are the final 2 dates. We're all going to give up our predictions if these dates don't come through. No, I appreciate Ashley Prosper for putting these out here. Just 2 days remain for my Ripple case ends watch dates, June 5th and June 21st. God willing. May 25th, 2023, Brad Garlinghouse says, quote, in terms of where things stand today, I'll try not to get too much into the legal weeds. You are right that I feel very confident that we'll see a decision from the courts this year. In fact, I would guess that it will be in weeks, not months. June 21st would be 4 weeks after May 25th and 1 week after the unsealing date of June 13th. Okay. So there you have it, folks. We're going to be watching it closely. Final day of May as we roll into June. Digital Asset Investor adds this: pretend you're Ripple. You have a billy cash. The SEC is seeking $1.38 billion in disgorgement. Do you spend $250 million on Medico if you don't already know what, if any, of that $1.38 billion you might have to pay? Not in my world, you don't. This is one of the many reasons I think this thing is over in a good way. And I would also add, you don't spend $250 million on an NFT creator fund during a bear market recession when you know you're going to have to spend. At that point, they were at $100 million. Now we know they're at $200 million that they've paid to their legal fees for the lawyers fighting the SEC. So they spend $250 million on the NFT fund, $200 million on their lawyers, $250 million acquiring Medico. They just purchased a stake in Bitstamp, and they've actually made a whole other list of acquisitions. I don't have time to show you in this update, but I'll show you guys in the next one maybe. They've been acquiring all sorts of their competition, all sorts of other key critical infrastructure within crypto. They continue to grow in the middle of this lawsuit, and folks, we are getting very close. And you think they're gonna, you think that they would be making those moves if they didn't have the confidence that this case was all well and basically over, and that they know how this thing's going to settle up, right? Now, we continue another one here from Ashley Prosper. So Brad says that case ending in weeks, not months. Him and Docs come out on June 13th. Brad likes digital asset investors tweet about case being over. Disney Elemental comes out on June 16th. And this is crazy, folks. I can't explain this other than the predictive programming that these operators move by. Disney Elemental comes out June 16th, featuring fire and water characters named Ember Lumen and Brooke Ripple, Stellar Lumens, and Ripple's XRP. Joel Cat says Ripple has water and Amazon has fire. Video surface of Google Assistant saying XRP price unavailable after June 13th. Ripple acquires Medico. NASDAQ congratulates Ripple. XRP price climbs. Ripple's on-demand liquidity partner Triangle partners with Al Ansari Exchange, the UAE's largest outward personal remittance, and Ripple launches CBDC platform. Doesn't sound like a company that's about to lose a lawsuit and disappear anytime soon. All we need now is for Jim Cramer to come out and say the Ripple case will never end in June. Now, funny enough, BitBoy Crypto actually came out and he said that he doesn't, what did he say? He doesn't think that Ripple is necessarily going to win the lawsuit, or Ripple could end up losing the lawsuit, I guess, is what BitBoy just came out. So inverse Kramer, inverse BitBoy Crypto. We'll see what happens. But in regards to Medico, we've done it again. Medico has won the Digital Asset Initiative of the Year at last week's Global Custodians Leaders in Custody Asia Awards for the unique institutional digital asset service for our technology-enabled flagship institutions to launch in the market. So they are not just any company. They are winning global awards, leaders in custody. Love to see it. And Cowboy Crypto shares this. Here are a few words from the ex-CFO Amazon, Warren Jensen, on his new role as the chair of the audit committee for Ripple. Quote, what Ripple has already accomplished in terms of payment technology and industry leadership has been a game changer for crypto and more broadly of the whole financial services. Folks, what more do you need to see another big hitter all-star joining the cast of the biggest hitters in the financial world at Ripple? Now, this case is going to be over. We got 2 dates to watch. We're entering June. Where is that at on the timeline? What's the riddle? How do we decode it, folks? I don't know. All I can say is that we are really freaking close. And whether or not this case concludes, be prepared for the shakeout because this thing's about to move violently. It can move violently up. It can move violently back down. And right now, what we're watching is the whole market's trading along with this debt default drama. So be prepared for the shakeups. There's still a lot of chaos taking place. But in regards to this lawsuit, I would say that Ripple's feeling a little confident. I would say that Brad Garlinghouse is feeling pretty good. And I would say that nothing can stop what is coming for Ripple XRP. Whether this lawsuit ends next month or next year, we are going to win this case. We have the truth on our side and clarity is coming. God bless everyone. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.